Now, last week I was talking about my frustrations with fake Android TV boxes, but I wanted to talk about some frustrations about the non-fake but still not good Android TV boxes that are out there. Anthony Wagner wrote in asking me to check out the Magic C N6 Max. This is what it looks like here. This one's actually, from a performance standpoint, not a bad product. In fact, this brand, I think, is actually somewhat well received out there. This has an RK3399 processor built in, sells for about $100. The problem I have with these is that they really market them at general consumers who are looking for a cheap television box, and then those consumers don't really know what they're getting into. And that's why I typically avoid these boxes, because they are terrible to use for a general consumer. I always look at these things like, would my dad be able to work with this thing? And most of the time the answer is no. Now, this is not that box. It's a similar one, though, with a older Rockchip processor built in. And when you boot it up, this is what you get. You get this really flaky interface here that is not, of course, the true Android TV interface. And then they do some cheats to try to make it look like it is. So, for example, YouTube here is not actually an app. It's a web wrapper. It's loading up a web page and giving us the lean-back version of YouTube that kind of makes it look like you might be on YouTube, but you're not. So if you were to download the actual YouTube app and load it up, I think this is it here, you don't get the TV interface. You get actually the app, and it's like the app that you would run on your tablet. It doesn't have any TV interface to it whatsoever. It's very hard to navigate it with your remote control. And you'll see, too, when you load up other Android apps, none of them are going to be optimized for televisions because it thinks it is running on a tablet. So even on Netflix here, we can load this up. It looks like you're inside of the regular Netflix app, and you can see we've got the title bar here at the top. You can pull it down and basically replicate a tablet interface here. Most of the time, these movies and shows do not appear at 1080p. A lot of times, you're running them at 720p. You're never going to get 4K out of this on Netflix, for example. So altogether, it becomes a very frustrating endeavor, because the apps that you are expecting to run on here think they're running on a phone or a tablet and just aren't usable. So that's why I typically don't look at a lot of these boxes, because of those interface issues. And I was getting excited to start to see more of these cheap boxes running Android TV, but as we discussed last week, it's not really Android TV, but rather a hacked version of it that does not provide full functionality.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Chris Allegretta, the Four Guys with Quarters podcast, Tom Albrecht, Gerard Newberg, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.